All right, it says that we're live, so we'll say good morning. I think there was like 5 people already waiting here for us, which was super exciting.
I know, right?
I know. I was like, I think that's a record for me. 5 people waiting. So anyway, we'll just get right into this and then we'll continue having our little chit chat. So good morning and thank you for showing up. And let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, starting with Amy.
Good morning, everyone. I am Amy Nobody. I'm an SEO consultant. I can see Kara's face. I don't have any social media or a website. I do have the ability to make Kara cry. I'm working on the second rough draft of my first fiction book, which I intended to have done by the end of June, but is not going to happen. So I think that's probably going to carry over into my Camp Nano July 2019 goal. But for right now, I'm just plugging away at it. I'm rewriting the whole thing sentence for sentence. Like, it's not worth it to try to edit it the other way for me. My brain doesn't work that way. So scene by scene, sentence by sentence, plugging away at it.
Well, it's all about what works for you, because that's how you're going to get it done the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's right. All right.
That's what I tell myself when I get frustrated.
I know. Oh, I know. I decided that, like, so I was trucking away at my second book, and suddenly I was like, you know what? I think it would be best if I read the first one again to make sure that it's flowing together. So I've got like 700 pages of reading to finish before I continue, because I'm like, I want to make sure. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, Miss Caro, it's your turn.
Hello, I am Carol Brown. I'm an urban fantasy author and a writer for Other Worlds Inc. I am here to work on, I don't know if I can keep calling this a novella, but I'm here to work on my novella that takes place between books 1 and 2. And today I'm working on rewriting a scene, because now that I've established the 2 POVs that I'm writing from, I'm going in and I'm making sure I'm honoring those POVs. And I have a dog. She whines. What's that?
Yeah. Some of us have animals. Some of us have small children. Speaking of which, it's your turn, Derek.
I got both. I'm D.L. Stewart. I'll be working on the sequel to my debut novel, The Battle for Medagore. Sequel, Sovereign Duties. I'm working on the first draft. I kind of skipped a couple of chapters, so I'm going back and writing those now.
Very nice.
Cool.
And I am DanaG Author. I am here working on stuff. I've got way too many projects going on to like pick one. So I'm working on one and then I go to the other. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun today. So, but one thing I did want to let you guys know, if your names look different in the chat box, it's because Jessica Williamson posted a video about live streaming this morning and like setting up your live streams. And she had strongly suggested that you have like mediators or something. I can't remember if that's what it's called exactly. So,
Yeah.
Yes. So I went ahead, and if you have a YouTube channel, hint, and you're here with me regularly, I've made you guys moderators on my chat box, so that if some jackass decides to come in here and harass us and I don't see it, you guys can be like, you're 86th.
Yeah, but you remember the last time we had a troll, we were just sitting there. It's like, you misspelled that word and that sentence is not written correctly. And what are you trying to say with that phrase there? Like, we were just thinking it. Like, we trolled the troll back and they ended up leaving.
Yeah. See, but and that's fun. Like, sometimes you can have fun, but sometimes, you know.
I get you.
Because I'm like a freaking squirrel. I can't always, you know, look at the chat box and do all the other stuff. So yeah, so that's my big excitement today. I have moderators for my chat box now.
Woo!
Yeah.
Moving up.
Correcting the troll grammar is fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, you think they're kids that are doing this, or do you think they're like adults that have nothing better to do with their lives?
Well,
I don't think age has anything to do with it. I think it's just a general attitude and aptitude, because I don't see a lot of well-adjusted, even semi-intelligent individuals slinging that kind of shit in comment sections. So
I think it really depends. Obviously, there are some people who are going around trying to just get a rise out of people, so they'll do the things that will get that rise. I do know that depending on the post, I can usually tell if it's a juvenile or at least a juvenile mindset or not. But I just think it's a bunch of bored individuals just looking to stir the pot, honestly.
Yeah. Speaking of stir the pot, did I miss any drama this weekend? Because I unplugged a little bit.
So I sit here and look at my script for the news thing.
I know. I'm like,
no, there's nothing big really happened over like the last week. I mean, more videos came out about the Christine thing, but it's all been very like constructive. I know some people.
She posted a new video too.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
okay, wait. What's the Christine thing?
Oh, the whole
Kristen Martin
thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she
I thought that one
posted a
podcast
video?
she did about establishing digital boundaries was humorous. I was just kind of like, girl, you're not fooling anybody.
Yeah, she posted one. I don't know if it was today or yesterday or what, but it's talking about how everybody needs to lift everybody else up and not be trying to tear everybody down and all the hate going around. And stuff.
Yeah, no, what she's doing is not ethical. Like, I'm saying that from somebody who works for a publisher. That's not ethical at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I saw a lot that there was like a book con going on, so I didn't know. You know, when
you guys talking about that advanced reader copy debacle thing that's happening?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
James Charles is old news. We're talking about Christine's Archer free thing now.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
But that's really, but like outside of people talking about it, like nothing else has really come out of it. Like it's just kind of like, I don't want to say it's stale, but like there's really no new developments for it. So
right. Well, that's good because I unplugged this weekend because sometimes you just need to do that.
I know I haven't been very active on social media the last few days. Like, and I'm not sure how I feel about it because like on one hand, I know like we have to be like active on social media in order to beat the algorithm. I keep doing these quote things. But like on the other hand, I don't like being ingenuine either. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just coming out just to post, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I do SEO and not social media.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, because I know I use my Instagram mostly as like my art portfolio. That's like where I put all like my doodles and stuff at. I don't really know what I'm going to do with Twitter because I keep looking at Twitter and like I'll post tweets on there. But like outside of that, like.
Yeah, I mostly just comment on other people's tweets.
Yeah. I mean, I've taken the Twitter marketing course and I know how to do all the things. I just don't like doing it.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with the Twitter. I've noticed a couple of times that I've been tagged in things and I just have to figure out how to like correctly respond to those and make sure that I'm doing it right because I don't know a lot about Twitter. And yes, Skye, I'm getting the link for you right now. So yeah, so when I do post on Twitter, I typically it's just random Twittery stuff.
Yeah, I use Twitter to get my news as well. That's usually because that's on the trending side. That's usually where I find out like all the things that are going on, and I'll click on it if I think I need to. That's how I found out about the copy paste crisis that went on about 2 months ago. So yeah, that's usually what I use it for.
Yeah.
But I've met some really cool people. Like one of the things I like to do is I'll track it for when the #MadPit comes out. Because if I see a pitch that looks good, I usually will like retweet it to my publishers that I work with, and then they'll take a look at it and see if they want that person to come and like subscribe to them or not subscribe, but submit to them. So.
Right on.
That's pretty nifty.
Yeah. But it's like like when I have to go and sit down for like the MadPit thing, like I have to have the tweet deck up because those tweets are coming in like bam 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 like it's and so like so I'll have like the one nice thing about TweetDeck is that you can sort it by hashtags. So so the publishers that I work with, obviously they're the comic ones, and then there's the urban fantasy one, and then there's the romance genre. One of my publishers owns 2 of those. And so I'll have the hashtag for each of those up. And so like I'm just kind of quickly like doing like just to see which ones look good, and then I'll send them their way. So, but it's crazy. It's so crazy.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I put that link to the video in our Facebook chat as well, Skye. That's why everybody's gonna ding and
yeah. I was like,
and
my stuff's going crazy.
Yeah, I think what I need to do is so if I'm sitting at my desk using my laptop to do my social media stuff, I'm fine. The moment I open the apps on my phone, it's like I'm completely lost, because once, you know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm just showing my age. That could be, but I can use the social media much easier on my laptop than I do my phone. So, which means I need to sit at my laptop more often, I guess, so I can actually do some tweeting and some social media.
You just need to set up a social media calendar. I love social media calendars with autofills. Fuck yes, that's the way to.
Yes.
Did you guys see at the beginning of the year the social media calendar that was going around? I think it was like $35, and you got like the calendar, and you got like a video or something to learn how to use it.
There's a bunch of those that are out there. Like if you go to Etsy and you type in like social media calendar, like you'll find all kinds of things on there. There's one lady that like I've looked at them because I was kind of curious if they worked or not, and I bought 1 month just to test drive it. And honestly, like once you it's too generic, if that makes any sense. It's just kind of like, let's all feel inspired today and share the quote and blah blah blah. And I think if you're just looking to sell like a personal brand, like as who you are, it works. But if you're kind of coming at it from like as an author or a creative or whatever, it doesn't really help, because the stuff is just too broad, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense, because that's what that was the biggest thing I was struggling with, was it's like, oh, be inspired. If I was inspired, I probably wouldn't need you to help me figure out what I'm going to post. It's like, yay. So anyway, I ended up giving it, I gave it to my friend. I was like, here's my password, go ahead and use it, because I think she'll get more benefit out of it. But yeah, and then I used to use Buffer, and so I would load it. Yeah. And everything was great. And I think I need to get back into that habit again. So
I do like Buffer because Buffer and Hootsuite are really good platforms to use for the push notifications when it comes to social media. All the other ones are a little questionable, because Instagram is very particular about the schedule post, and if they think that you're rigging the system, they'll shadow ban you. Yeah, it's weird. But now Instagram is doing this thing where they're basically hiding the likes from everybody. Like they haven't done it in the America server yet, but they're doing it in other countries. They're testing it. And a lot of people are really concerned about it. But I think, like, not to open up like Pandora's box, but I think the reason they're testing it now is for the elections that are coming up. So they're trying to kind of control where the media is going and what's being seen. Yeah. And
that makes sense.
They claim that they're trying to give the everyday user a less number-driven experience. Like, you get to see all of this stuff and you decide what you like, versus, okay, that quote's kind of cute. Holy crap, it's already got 60,000 likes. Maybe I should go ahead and like it too. They're trying to take away how influential the trending can be on an everyday user, and that also makes it harder for spammers and that kind of thing, because if I can't see that Susie posted a quote that's got 60,000 whatevers, I can't either rip her off or jump on that bandwagon or do whatever. They're claiming it's to enhance the user experience by taking away the numbers and all that stuff, and on the technical side, it serves to make it just one step harder for spam to cheat the algorithm and or the audience.
Yeah, the other article I read, y'all came here to write. We're talking about social media. The other article that I read,
But you got to have social media if you're going to have an author platform, because you got to spam people with your books, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
kind of. Yeah, no, the other article I read where they were talking about the justification for their change of algorithms and their setups had to do with how the platform was affecting teenagers, because teenagers were starting to get into the mindset that their self-worth was only generated by the likes and dislikes that they got. And so they said that they're trying to do that to help out the younger people, but I was just kind of like, that's like, I can kind of see what they're doing, because, you know, if we're looking for verification from strangers, then that makes sense. But like at the same time, it makes me kind of wonder what's going on. And
yeah, and I don't think it's going to have the effect that they're desiring, because they are still required to show you your numbers, even if that is not publicly visible to everyone else. So
yeah, that was my thought. They're still seeing it.
Yeah, as far as people being able to look at those numbers to seek their validation, they're still going to do it. It's just going to be harder because they won't be able to directly compare their numbers to someone else's. But I don't think that's going to help anything.
Yeah,
I don't think there is helping that situation.
If they're not showing the likes anymore, because you know how like sometimes you can click on see who liked it, like specifically, because you had said about the upcoming election, and like I know the last election that we had, the political witch hunt got so bad that like I completely stepped away the closer it got to the elections, and I refused to talk to anyone about what I was voting for. And maybe it'll help protect people, because if it's public, you know, if the general public can see what you liked, then it's very easy for people to take advantage of that. So I don't need, you know, everybody to tell me how wonderful I am, because I already know. No. But I would feel a lot safer saying, yes, I agree with something, or yes, I like something, if I knew that people couldn't see, if I could still keep my, you know, be anonymous when I like things. You know, I want to vote for a unicorn, and I want to be able to say, yeah, I like that unicorn, and I'm going to vote for that person. And I don't want 50 million people knowing that I like it and coming at me because they want a walrus to be the next president and not a freaking unicorn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does add an extra layer of privacy to avoid that kind of persecution. But
I don't think that really addresses like the major issue that's at hand.
Definitely not.
Yeah, if we're looking at the big problem, it's just people not being able to have constructive conversations about different points of view. That's the big problem. Like social media has made it way too easy for the knee-jerk reaction to dominate the public opinion. So
yeah. Yep. But yeah, and I was actually talking to my daughter about that the other day. She was watching a video where two women disagreed with each other, and instead of being able to have a civilized conversation, they were like screaming, like they were screaming to the point where you could no longer understand what they were saying. And then it escalated. It went from like, I disagree with you, well, I don't care if you disagree with me because your opinion is wrong and that's my opinion, to all of a sudden it was just unintelligible screaming. And then they started fist fighting. And I told my daughter, she's like, yeah, this is kind of funny. Look at how stupid these people are. And I was like, yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. They're stupid because intellectual people can actually have an intelligent conversation, disagree on something, and walk away without someone being physically injured. You know, and it's sad that here's my teenage daughter and she's just like, hey, Mom, look, this is how grown-ass women behave. No, it's not. Like, no, it's not.
One other thing, so there's a guy, his name is Eric July, and I follow him on YouTube, mostly because he talks about comics, but he occasionally has like political commentary, and sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't, right? But it's always good to hear like that different point of view, if that makes any sense, because one of the things I do like is that he'll actually put like justification about why he feels that way, like citations, right? Like he has like, you know, he'll refer to articles and research and things like that, which is always nice. But one thing that he does that I'm very tickled by is that if somebody like puts in like a comment that is basically unfounded or whatever, he'll make a video about that comment. And he'll break down about why it's wrong and a few other things. But I think occasionally he'll always open up the door saying, if you want to talk to me about this, you know, my door is open, we can talk. But the trick for that is that it goes on the live stream. And I've sat in on a few of the live streams that he's done with those individuals. And he had one cat that came onto the show, and I was just so blown away by the generalization that this person was doing. Like he didn't actually have any facts. He wasn't really answering questions, and he was talking in circles. And every now and then I'd be like, oh, that's a good point. But then he would unvalidate himself by having like a semi-racist comment after making the point. And so I was just like, oh.
Oh no.
I feel like that's most people. Most people who are bold enough to get into that situation do it not because they actually are intelligible about the content and all that stuff. They just do it because they're that opinionated, and they always end up revealing their limitations when they start running their mouths too much.
Oh, it was really bad because he was just, at one point he was just kind of saying, well, I'm gay so I can have this opinion, and I was like, I'm bisexual and I can say you're a fucking idiot, right? Like I was just throwing that out there, and there was like walls everywhere. But I hate it when people come out and say, well, because I'm this thing, I can speak for everybody. Like, no, you can speak for you. Don't you even think about speaking for me.
I know.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Well, I have conversations with my daughter all the time. She's like, oh, well, I'm a feminist, so I speak for women. And I'm like, no, you're a child who has no idea what a real feminist is, and you can't speak for me. And
what feminism are you referring to? The first, second, the fourth one that's happening right now? Like, you need to break that down.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, but and especially like her and I were having a conversation about feminism, and she was like, she basically said, so her standpoint was, because I am married, I gave up my career to raise my family, and I am primarily like traditional woman. She's like, I'm not a feminist. And I was just like, where did you come up with this idea? And she's like, well,
that is an unfeminist idea. If that's what you believe, you are not a feminist.
Exactly. She's like, well, you gave up you for the people around you. And I was like, hello, I run this shit. Okay. I'm like, are you kidding me? So here,
that's definitely inexperience and youth, though. That is something that you don't learn better than that until you become an adult and you struggle and you realize the choices that you have to make. That's definitely youthful and experience talking like that.
Right. But she's also being influenced by what she's seeing in social media and the world around her, because
youthful ignorance.
Yeah, because she's like, oh, feminists, if you're a feminist, you would be supportive of women who want to wear whatever they want and not be gawked at by men. And I was like, a woman can wear whatever the hell she wants, but if she thinks for 1 second men and women aren't going to be looking at her half naked body, she's wrong. Yeah. That's just what happens. It's nature. Men, women, children. Hell, I've had like 2-year-olds stop and be like, what the hell is that person wearing? I was like, so anyway, we had this huge conversation, and it's amazing to see her stance. And you're absolutely right, Amy. It's youth and ignorance, but at the same time, it's just kind of like,
it's definitely very interesting, because one of the things, I really like having these conversations with you guys. One of the interesting things that kind of came up with the Batwoman trailer, right? Everybody's all up in arms about that. One of the interesting comments that I read was like, she can't dress like that and wear makeup. And I was just kind of sitting here like, where did this become like a rule or a law? Like, who said that I can't wear like clothes and wear makeup at the same time and still be XYZ? And and of course this thought led to another thought, because I grew up in Europe, right? Not saying that, I'm not sure where I'm going. Well, no, I do know where I'm going with that. In Europe, one of the interesting things is that when one of my family members came over to America, they had made a statement. I had dismissed it at the time, but like when the whole Batwoman trailer came up, I kind of like was like, because my relative, when they came over, said, there are a lot of women here that wear pants, and over there are a lot of women that like to wear dresses. They do wear feminine clothes. And it's kind of interesting because when I go out and about, like I've actually started paying attention to like, you know, what people are wearing at this point. And, you know, they were absolutely right. Like, I think for every one person in a dress I see about probably 50 women that are just running around in like masculine clothes. And it made me kind of wonder if we're doing it because it's comfortable or if because society wants us to dress more masculine, da 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 da. Like, I could talk forever about that, but yeah.
Well, no, I totally get where you're coming from. I would love to wear like skirts and dresses and stuff. And typically when I'm at home, like if it's laundry day or whatever, I will totally clean the house or do the laundry, whatever, and whatever I'm comfortable in. And that's typically like a sundress or something. Mm-hmm. However, when I leave my house, I'm doing grocery shopping, I'm getting feed, I'm getting all of this stuff. And for me, it's much more comfortable to pick up a bale of hay or a 50-pound bag of dog food when I've got my pants and my tennis shoes on versus a dress. And how people approach me are a little bit different as well. Like, if I don't want to pick up the bag of dog food or the bale of hay, if I dress more feminine, people are more likely to ask me if I want help versus if I just have my pants and my tennies on, mm-hmm. They're like, okay, she's got this. Mm-hmm. So I think, at least for me, it's more of a, if I dress more masculine, people won't bother me. And I like that. But when I'm at home, I'm like, yeah, sure, I can clean the house in a sundress. I don't care. I go outside and soak in some vitamin D in a sundress. But my neighbors don't want to help me do anything. So I'm good. But what about, I mean, do you guys experience that? Like, have you yourself noticed that you dress differently when you're just hanging out at home versus going into public?
Of course.
I wear shorts because it's Arizona, right? No, I haven't actually worn a dress since I was in second grade because of Flip Skirts Friday. That's been the whole reason. And so, like, when this whole conversation about wearing and the makeup thing came up, it really made me kind of, like, pause and think, because I guess my big worry is about people telling us that what we can and can't be. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that I guess that's what really got to me, is like, well, you can't be this and be that at the same time. And I'm like, well, who's making these rules? Like, seriously.
Right. No, I think my solution as a child to flip skirt anything, I was raised, if they pick on you or do something wrong to you, you take care of it. So that's how.
Oh no, I did. That was the first time my dad ever got called to school. It was.
Yep.
It was interesting, but yeah, I just stopped wearing skirts because I just didn't want to deal with the problem after that. So.
Yeah, that's like, I remember being in elementary school, and you know, in the early '80s, it was totally okay for little girls to wear their fun dresses to school, but my Nana always made sure that I had shorts underneath my dress when I would go to school, because, you know, I was climbing on the jungle gyms and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. And I noticed when my daughter was younger, I did the same thing. And now she'll wear a skirt and she'll put her shorts on underneath it, and then she goes and does all the things. So I don't know. I don't know. It's unfortunate, and I hope that I hope young women don't feel like they have to not be who they want to be in order to be respected. If somebody flips your skirt up, punch them in the throat.
I told my daughter.
Yep.
Some boy was trying to pull her pants down on the bus one time. I was like, next time, just kick him in the dick.
Mm-hmm.
I got called from the principal the next day. She kicked the kid in the dick.
Yeah, high five.
That's what my husband taught my daughter. He was like, somebody wants to mess with you, this is where you do, this is what you do. And it's unfortunate that we have to teach our children how to defend themselves in elementary school, but it's true.
Yep.
You know,
Some
as a teacher, because one of the conversations that we have, like teachers are basically groomed to be pacifists, so they always say that we should like resolve conflict with this way. And of course, I'm prior military. I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna resort to physical violence now, because bullies will pick on easy targets. And so like I would always be the teacher that when they came to me, it's like, so and so's picking on me. And I was like, what do you want me to do? And it's like, well, I want you to make him stop. It's like, I can't make him stop. I can't follow him all day long. Like, next time he picks on you, just sock him in the face. And they were like, I can't believe you said that to me. I was like, well, I'm not going to fix your problem. And that's, I guess, my big issue when it comes to the bullying situation at schools, because their idea is that if we just keep these people apart, like the problem will go away. But unfortunately, people who like typically like to bully other individuals will just find another target. So it doesn't fix the problem. If you teach the bully that people fight back, then they typically stop doing it.
Oh yeah. Yep. I've heard so many stories where the only solution that a child who was being bullied was to stand up and defend themselves against the bully, and the bully stopped.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's unfortunate, but I think that at some point in time, either our local government or the national government, somebody made parents afraid to actually parent. And so children aren't getting their asses beat like they should.
I have so many thoughts on that.
I know. Oh, man.
It was the CDC. Because, like, you know, if parents were yelling at their kids or disciplining them, like actual discipline, not like, you know, but neighbors were calling on each other for like the smallest things. And of course, like when you work in a mandatory reporter situation and you think that there's something going on, you always have to call. So now everybody's afraid to discipline their kids or not. I don't know the best way to say it, but basically teach them what's right and wrong. Mm-hmm. And I hate saying this, like, and you guys, if you're in the comments, please feel free to argue with me. But sometimes there is a kid that you cannot talk sense into. You're going to have to give them a pat on the butt. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially if you have a strong-willed child who wants to argue with you. I remember the last time that I physically disciplined my daughter. She turned around, she lied to me. And then, okay, so here's the backstory. I told her she had to clean her room. She went in there. She shoved everything under her bed and in her drawers, came out, told me she was done. So she lied to me. She hid stuff from me. So she's breaking all these cardinal rules. And I did. I gave her a swat on her bottom, and she turned around and was like, I'm going to call the police on you. And I was like, I'll dial the phone number. You know, I was just like, don't test me, because they're going to come here and they're going to be like, oh, you lied to your mother? Well, good, you earned it. I was just kind of like, but she was surprised. It was like she was expecting me to be like, oh, no, don't call the police. I'm like, trust me, child. They're going to laugh at you. But, oh, well. Yeah. Oh, well. But you need to. You gotta teach them. And
yeah, I'm not saying it's to be like the first go-to, because I know people have very strong opinions about it. But like, I remember when I used to work in a kids center, and of course the whole mandate reporter thing. And so like we would have, like, I remember this one kid, like he was off the charts. Like we would try and talk to him and everything. We ended up having to call the parent. And this was the one I learned about the room. And so, we had the parent come in, and this was like on a military base too. So when you have to call a parent away from work, it's not just an inconvenience for the parent, but it's an inconvenience for the squadron and leadership. Like it's a big ripple effect in the military. And so the parent came, and I was sitting with the kid. And of course, my manager came over, and he was just kind of like, you know, if you'd like to have a private word with your child in this room over here, you can. And so they would go in there and they would close the door. And I was like, why do we have a room for that? And they was like, because that's where we let them spank their kids at.
Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, man. Leave it to the military base to encourage parenting your children the right way.
Yeah. Like if we can't see it, but, you know, I was just kind of like, oh, well, that's kind of nifty. It's like, yeah, we don't do that very often. I was like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I loved it when I lived on base a long time ago, when I lived on base, and you would see these kids being mean to each other, and all of a sudden you would see moms come flying off the front porch and just snatching them up. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Because you don't see that. I see kids out on the street all the time fighting with each other, and their parents are like nowhere to be found. It's like,
well, it's a very different environment in the military, because you were there as a spouse. I grew up in it, and then I was part of it. So, like, for other people who are in the comments watching, basically what happens is that there's a lot of accountability in military when it comes to what your family unit is doing. So, for example, if your kid decides to skip school, they don't always just call you. They'll just call your boss and say, hey, you know, this guy in your squadron, his kid's been ditching school for 2 days. And so then the father or the mother gets pulled in. It's like, can you explain to me why your kid's skipping school? Like, the accountability is high. So
yeah.
that's why you see a lot more, I don't want to say more active parenting, but you definitely see like more swift action happening with the parenting, because it goes like, it escalates quickly.
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
the parent can be disciplined for the actions of the child. I'll never forget, or the spouse sometimes. I had one individual who literally got kicked off base, like, you know, because that's some of the things that will happen. Because if your conduct is so poor, the base commander will make the decision that you are not part of the base anymore, and they will remove you. And if you're overseas, that really sucks, because that either means that your whole family has to live off base because of you, or they're just going to send you back to America and tell you to figure it out. Like, it's just...
Oh yeah. And there's nothing worse than trying to live on the economy. Like, so, well, speaking of which, has anybody seen Nichole? I was thinking about her this morning, and I haven't seen her in a while. Has anybody in the comments seen her? I know she started doing Mary Kay, but she just kind of faded away.
I heard from Nichole's when she said she was canceling that day's live stream, and then I haven't heard from her since then.
Yeah. Well, if anybody sees Nichole, tell her we were thinking of her. Figure out what she's doing, and then we'll start a live stream.
Yeah.
Well,
do you want to start writing now that we've done our half hour of talking?
Yeah, I'm like, that's what I meant to say, was we were going to start a writing, but then I saw that Amy's muted, so she might have gotten a phone call.
Oh, do you want to wait a little bit longer? We can.
We can, if you want, unless Amy like comments that she's going to be on the phone for a while. I know. You know what else they have? That's
I'm
really
back. Sorry, I
Oh.
popped in. I put my earphones in just in time for you to say, Amy, you might be back. I'm like, oh, perfect timing. I get to make an entrance on cue.
Woo! It worked out well. Awesome. All right, so
I am ready for a writing sprint. I don't know if that's what you guys were talking about, but
yeah, we're like, do we keep talking? Do we wait for Amy? Like, what are we doing?
yeah.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's go ahead and get ready, and we will start. Oh, Persephone, she needs a nap. Me too. I got up at 4. I went to bed at 1, got up at 4. I will definitely be in need of a nap later on today. So
I got up at 4 because that's when I get up too. And then my husband like hit the alarm, and then usually he'll get out of the bed, but he didn't get out of the bed until 6. So I slept in for like 2 extra hours, and I was like, "You ruined my entire day." I'll be home.
yeah. Yep. If somebody wakes me up before I'm ready to, I wake up and I'm in a shitty mood all day. If I get up on my own, I'm like, okay, I can handle this.
You know, it's not the waking up. For me, it's how I get woken up. If there's something that annoys me into awakeness, my entire day is ruined. I have a theory that it's like some kind of chemical imbalance, that waking up with those irritated chemicals or whatever in your brain ruins my entire day. And it's so easy to do it. It makes me mad because sometimes I'll have a bad day for no good reason. Like, you know, like my dog was just on the bed scratching something, and that's what wakes me up. So I'm like, ah, and I'm in a bad mood for like 6 hours.
Oh yeah. Yep. Or if I wake up and there's a television on, it's an instantaneous bad mood day.
This is my person.
Hey, I'm all those little people.
Where do you have to tattoos? You can tattoos them? You can tattoo them?
Mhm.
Wow.
So who is she?
This is Jara. This is my oldest.
Hi, Jara. I'm Dina. How are you?
Oh, I can't take it.
I know, she is too cute.
She's got your eyes, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, they're all blonde hair, blue eyes.
Uh-oh, Daddy's in trouble. Oh, man. Right on. Well, are you going to write with us today?
You gonna rap with us?
Yeah? All right. Well, we're gonna get ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Well, then let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go. right, that is time. So we'll go ahead and take a 5-minute break while we do some maths. Some mathing. It was
I got
so
170.
very nice. It was so strange, like hearing absolute silence until I dropped my lip gloss, and then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Jared got 17.
Woohoo, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to mute myself because my dogs like to bark on live streams now.
Well,
I
you
got
probably like
178.
170.
very nice.
Woohoo!
They're like, Mom, whose strange voice are we hearing?
I got 266.
Very nice.
Nice.
I know. Persephone got 468.
Nice.
Woohoo!
I know. I'm like, she is on fire.
You watched the
spent
video.
some lady that made what? She made a mask.
World. Is it kind of like the hidden self video, like hidden self mask, or? 'Cause I know that's a therapy tactic that they use, where they make a mask to like represent like their feelings or how they see themselves.
Skye got 436.
Woo!
I got a whole whopping 49 because my Word document
Congratulations.
decided. I know. My Word document decided to go full nuclear, and so I had to like shut it down. Then I had to pull it back up. Then I had to like, please just work. But I should have known something was wrong because when I opened up Word this morning, or Office this morning, it looks really weird. So I don't know if they did something to it.
Mine's
Again.
been okay so far. I know they changed the icon recently, like when I opened up the menu. Like, of all the things to change, like, I really didn't care about the icon.
Yeah. So is it like a mask that instead of prosthetics, or was it like a Civil War type of era masks, or can you share the link with us so we can see what you're looking
we're
at?
all like curious. Like, what is this mask thing?
I know. Well, I know that like during the Civil War they would make like masks because they didn't have prosthetics. So if you were missing like half your face, you would wear this piece that made you look somewhat normal. And now they have really amazing prosthetics.
Yeah, and there's plastic surgery, because there's some charities that will actually pay for plastic surgeries for veterans if their face becomes disfigured. So, yeah. I say that because some of my friends with TBIs had that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good for self-esteem because I know, like, before they had the surgery, like, it was really hard for them socially to interact with people because despite your best intentions, the staring always happens. So, like, it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's unfortunate, but I think that's a very human response.
Mm-hmm.
Until your mind can adjust to, okay, this is the new norm.
There it is. There's a link.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't know if it did an update or not. It was just really acting kind of cattywampus, so we're gonna have to figure out what's going on. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that link, Wendy, because now I gotta go check it out. I think, I don't know about you, Caro, but for me, because a large portion of my family is military, I love watching, especially like the Wounded Warrior Project and the progress and the positive things that they're doing. I love seeing those types of videos.
Yeah, I do too, because like we have the VA center like up here in my area, and so like I know like when that whole scandal with the VA happened a few years ago, we were all really upset because there's so many people that are asking for help and need help, and unfortunately, like the mindset of a veteran is that, you know, betray me once and you'll never do it again. And so when the VA basically did what they did, like so many of us like just started hating the VA
Yeah.
because they're supposed to help us, but they're not. Like that whole thing, like one thing that I don't think a lot of people know is that right after the situation that happened with like the special list and all that, they got rid of like that one guy at the top, but they didn't get rid of the people who were involved with the situation. They just moved them to other departments. Like they didn't actually fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that's like, I think that there's a lot of veterans who prefer to go private because of the whole VA situation. The
Well,
one
yeah,
where,
and there's other things too. Like I tried to use the healthcare system that they had, and I had an appointment, and I was on this waiting list for 6 months to do this appointment. And then, you know, they called me the day before my appointment saying, "Oh, the doctor's going on vacation, so we're gonna have to reschedule you. The next opening is in 3 months." And I was like, you know, I've been waiting 6 months.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's how my mom, they were treating her incorrectly. So they were treating her for one thing when really there was something else wrong with her.
Mhm.
And it was her who finally made the connection because she had never seen the same doctor more than once.
Mhm.
And so I told her, I was like, you just need to go private if you can. So
Yeah. Yeah, every time I go
fortunately,
to the VA, they want to schedule me for an appointment because I'm disabled, and so anytime I go there, they want to schedule me for a checkup so that way they can prove that the disability was a pre-existing condition, and so they don't have
mhm.
to give me my pension anymore. So like they always keep trying to schedule me for that, and they've done everything from X-rays to shocking my nervous system with batteries. Yeah, they've done it
Yeah.
all. I will the battery thing, like not. Ooh, I did not like that at all.
Is that the one where they thread the catheter into your nerve and then they like electrocute it?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they'll take a needle and then they'll shock it, and so like I spent a half hour getting like this entire arm and like oh
Oh yeah, I've done that. I did that, and like they're like, "Where do you feel the pain?" And I'm like, "Right there." And they're like, "Well, it should be radiating somewhere else in your body." I'm like, "No, it's right there." And after that, I was like, "I'm not doing this anymore. I am not getting tortured because I know that I'm broken, and you're not doing this anymore."
I
And
don't
then
just it wasn't really painful, Wendy, but it's just like getting electrocuted does not feel good.
yeah,
It was like I don't really cry very often. About 20 minutes into the session, I just started breaking down in tears. Like it was just really upsetting for me, and they had to cut it short because they're like, "Well, we still need to do this part." And I'm like, "You're done. Like I don't want to
yep.
do this anymore."
Oh yeah. I finished the test and then they were like, "Okay, well we need to schedule you for like a 2-week follow-up." And I was like, no. No. I would rather stand on my head and I don't know, drink chamomile for the rest of my life expecting that to fix me than let you torture me anymore.
Mhm.
No freaking way.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go ahead and we need to send Sarah some positive thoughts because she's craving some barbecue.
Okay, Sarah.
Yeah. All
Hurry
right.
up.
Here we go. Ready? We're going to start our next writing sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. It's already yelling at me. All right, that is time. I was taking pictures of my cat. She was actually doing something cute. What? Not anymore. Here she is, little stinker.
She's got a lot of energy.
Oh, well, that's because she's a baby still. She decided she needed to knock over some cans, scare me.
I got 184.
I got 107.
Ooh.
I got 240.
Nice.
Yeah. I got 38.
Awesome.
Woo!
I know.
Got a little junior author there, sir.
That's right.
My little protege.
Persephone got 419. Tracy
Wow.
got 267. Let's see. 7, 8, 2. All right. Oh, I got 104 this time.
Woo!
Woo!
I know. Look at us. We're increasing our numbers. Give me a couple more hours and I might have a paragraph written. What are you doing, Shira?
Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say she has been knocking stuff over. Like she's trying to knock over my laptop right now. Put it out.
I got distracted because I had to translate something into Shakespearean. I have a character that speaks like that, so like what I do is I write their dialogue and then I go to the translator and then I put it back in.
Yeah.
Ah.
I do love translators.
I do have to be careful with like how authentic it becomes because when it's unreadable, like it's frustrating for the reader. So like there's like parts of this where I can read it because I've read Shakespeare and I get it, but like my husband like gets so frustrated with it. So I'm trying to write it for me and him at the same time.
Yeah. Stop being a brat. And Tegan, what are you reading, Tegan? I'm fighting with the chapter.
Here, I'll just give it to you, Skye. It's English to Shakespearean. Well, I mean, I guess you can do it the other way around, but yeah.
Right on, Wendy. That's all that matters. It's not the number of words that you get. It's the fact that you just get the words.
Yeah.
Skye, did you, after you guys were done live streaming, you and Tamara, did you figure out some more synopsis? Because I know you guys were doing that. I thought it was really cool how you guys were working together to figure out a good synopsis. Shira, I needed that notebook. Did you guys watch Tamara's Saturday stream?
Mm-mm.
No. What was I doing Saturday?
I can't remember the name of the book that they were talking about, but it was essentially how to write a phenomenal synopsis for your book, and it was really
the
cool.
workshop. Yeah.
So of course I bought the book. Now I just have to read it.
Yeah, that was my very busy day because like I had stuff that happened at Otherworld with one of the workers go down like in the middle of Sarah's stream, and then that continued on pretty much all the way to Saturday. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Growing pains. Nothing major. It was just kind of like a time sensitive thing that we had to handle at the moment.
Yeah. Now she's gonna.
Oh, I read that book. Yeah, that is a good book. Yeah.
Which one is that?
How to Write a Sizzling Synopsis by Brian Cohen. Yeah, that's a really good one for sure.
No, she is just a holy terror. I know. You're a brat. Oh. Well, and so she's been playing. I've got 2 rabbits out, and she's been playing with them all morning. And she's really good at playing with them, and they're big. They're like 10-pound rabbits, so they're like her size. And she's been really good with them, but now they're like, we're tired, we're gonna go lay down. And so she's like, okay, well, they don't want to play anymore. And Heidi, the little Sheltie, she doesn't want to play anymore. So she's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna come over here and mess with Mom because I got nothing better to do than to cause problems. That cat. Okay.
Yeah, have you seen the new Fruits Basket manga or anime that came out? It is so pretty. I've been watching it on Crunchyroll. It's the most beautiful thing ever for me. Been like a huge Fruits Basket fan since like it came out.
Is this a cartoon or?
It's a manga anime, yeah. It starts off as like a comic and then they make it a cartoon afterwards. But yeah, it's like there's not like things that make me cry like a big baby, but that's always the one. Like just ugly tears, the splotchy face, all of it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, if they can cause that kind of a response, I might just have to go check it out.
If you have Amazon Prime, Skye, they're doing like a free month like tryout for Crunchyroll. So if you have that, you can, I think they have 8 episodes up right now. It's really following the manga really closely because if you remember like the first anime that came out, because they didn't actually know the certain genders of certain characters, they had misvoice casted them. And they did that this time around. Yeah, Death Note was interesting. I remember that.
I know, I'm completely lost.
Yeah, anime talk.
Yeah.
This is my realm.
I know. Go. I'm like, please, because now I'm learning something new.
Death Note was interesting. So the premise of Death Note was that there was a notebook, and if you wrote somebody's name in it, that person would die. And if you didn't say how they were going to die in the Death Note, they would die of a heart attack. But you could go and be very detailed, like so and so will draw a pentagram on the thing and then die by this cause. Like they would do things like that. And so these notebooks belong to Reapers. And so one Reaper got really bored, so he gave his notebook up to some guy just to see what he would do with it. And you're just following that individual's journey throughout this power trip he's going through.
Is that on Netflix? Because I think
it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because last night my husband and I were looking through Netflix and we saw like the little clip. Like the trailer for it, and it looked really interesting, but I had never heard anything about it, so now I might have to go watch it.
It's an interesting concept.
Okay, she said don't watch the Netflix live action.
Yeah, don't watch the live action. Don't watch any of the live actions, please.
Okay.
They're all horrible.
Okay. All right, scratch that then. I won't do that. Right on. All right, are we ready to start?
Yeah, when you are.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, that is time. How did everybody do?
I lucked out. I don't know what my actual number is because I was reading my original work, and for the first time, I actually found like a whole section that I liked the writing. So I just copied and pasted it over. I'm like, what? I didn't have to rewrite this word for word. But I got like, my number went up like 700 and something, but I'm pretty sure I only actually wrote like maybe 50 or 60 words. So we're just going to call it 50.
Isn't it?
Oh,
Bless you, bless
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, 50 or 60 is always good.
Thank you.
I got 77.
Awesome. Yeah, but I know I can see you are dealing with a lot over there.
Yeah, my son woke up and then my boss started texting me. And
he's like, why aren't you working?
Life is happening while you're live.
That's right. That's right.
she hasn't gave me work yet.
Yeah. The other day, you guys lived through my my theft, and we can live through. Huh?
I still have to do that picture.
Do you want me to send you a picture of the screwdriver?
No.
Yes, please.
Probably.
We need to know the fate of the screwdriver.
Look, I'm putting it on my to-do list. I'm putting it on here right now.
Get 26.
96?
26.
Oh, 26.
Woo.
Awesome. You are on a roll. What are you writing about?
I write about my book. How many about that kind of cake I will have for my birthday?
What kind of cake she'll have for her birthday?
Ooh.
Ah.
7.
When is your birthday?
November.
November 27.
You know what, though?
She's planning ahead.
Yes.
Gonna jump on it now.
Start planning the day after.
That's right. That's right. What kind of cake do you want?
A superhero cake.
Superhero cake.
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite superhero?
A Batman.
Batman?
Batman.
Awesome. Why is he your favorite superhero?
Because he'll save a day.
Oh, yeah. That's important. Superheroes need to save the day for sure. Well, awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear more details about your birthday.
I know, right?
I know. How old are you going to be?
7.
Ooh, that's a very important birthday.
It is.
Definitely. All right. Well, I got 215 this time. So, come on. It's the best one yet of the whole thing.
I just want you to know that was very hard for me to write when my phone notified me that Tati had posted a video saying I'm back. And I was like, I wonder what she's going to say. But I'm going to wait until we're done. But that's
So Genevieve has been telling me like tidbits, the Toddy versus James Charles thing.
Mhm.
She said, now this is coming from the mouth of a babe, but she said that James Charles was able to prove everything that Toddy said was wrong. What can I tell my daughter?
He definitely came out with some screenshots of conversations that were being had. In Tati's original video, she didn't have any screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I thought was really interesting is that Jeffree Star was all ready to make like this video to bulldoze James, and then of course like and the next day when he came out the video, it was like, I was in a dark place, I'm not going there again. And we were all like, it's like somebody gave him a gag order or something.
Yeah.
But I kind of agree. I can't remember who I was talking to, but like Tati did come out with a very strong emotional argument. She didn't come out with any facts or anything like that. And then I know on Twitter she was saying that, it's like everything is lies, everything James is saying. But like at the same time, like she didn't show any proof of her own thing. So when James came out and was just showing all the screenshots of these conversations that were going on, it's kind of hard to like.
Right. Well, you know, I did find out. Speaking of drama.
Yes, it is YouTube. Yes.
I did find out that our beloved drama queen, I guess there was Nano came out and said that they were not working with her. So I am patiently waiting to find out what happens with her in regards to the Nano course that she's selling for like $200. So
I want
to
see if I can summarize this for Wendy. So Wendy and BeautyTube, which are all the people that talk about makeup. There's a couple of like influencers. There's Tati, there's James Charles, there is Jeffree Star, and there's a whole bunch of other folks in there too. Gabriel, blah 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 blah. Basically, long story short, James went to a concert, needed to get an upgrade in his ticket. He signed a deal promoting a vitamin who was the rival of Tati, his friend. So that happened. And she basically made a video kind of like in response to it, saying how she was very tired about like trying to help and support people and only to get like backstabbed. And naturally everybody knew that this was about James's sponsored video for the rival vitamin. And it really escalated really fast. Like it was trending #1 on Twitter for probably 2 days, that video. And then James made a response video to that video at 4 a.m. in the morning, so he was not at his peak condition. It was not a very well done video, so that did not help. And it just kind of spiraled until he finally came out and did his own video where he showed all the screenshots about how the accusations that Tati had given him were wrong. And she wasn't just accusing him of the vitamins. She also accused him of basically kind of like pushing, like going after straight men and trying to convince them that they were gay, which was not the case. So there's all that going on. And of course, like Jeffree got involved. So Tati, Jeffree, and James are all taking a break from YouTube while they get themselves sorted out. So she came out with a video saying she's back. And I'm kind of like,
yeah. So whose team are you on, Caro?
Oh, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm on the,
Okay.
I just want to watch drama in everybody else's life but mine side.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm there with you.
Yeah.
That's the best side to be on. High five.
Yeah. That's kind of where I am with drama. I like to watch little pieces of it, but I try not to, unless it's something I strongly feel feelings on. I'll try not to.
Subscribers back one day. They're all back now. He was at 16 million. I think he was at 15 million. Yeah, my serious interest in the whole debacle is just from a psychological point of view, because I'm kind of interested to watch, like, obviously the conflict, but resolution, and then of course the response from the public in general about the whole matter. So
I know. I'm with Sarah.
Steady for me.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm with Sarah. I love other people's drama. I can't stand when I got drama in my own life.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I know. I had drama in my life like last March, and I was like, I don't want this anymore. Make it go away.
Yeah. Yep. Anytime there's drama going on in my life, the last place I take it is to YouTube or Facebook. Yeah. I never understood the people who are like, they go to Facebook and they're like, my so-and-so cheated on me with this other so-and-so. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Keep that shit private, okay?
I know with my situation, I ended up taking it to Twitter because all other avenues that I tried to resolve my issue with was not working. And so I was like, if you're not going to respond to me, then we might as well just go public with this. And so that's what I did. And interestingly enough, it was resolved within 24 hours. And I was like,
right, but that's a different kind of drama. I'm talking about like personal life drama. Your drama. Yeah, the drama you took to YouTube or to Twitter needed to be done because that was just some shady shit that was going on. But yeah, I don't need to know that my cousin's girlfriend's baby daddy was caught doing whatever stuff is going on through Facebook.
Oh, that's the Jared thing. Yeah, no, because there's more drama. There's this couple that ended up breaking up because they were
in people's living rooms. Holy cow. What are you doing, Kat? All right.
Yeah,
all
Sarah
right.
knows what I'm talking about, don't you, Sarah? The Pro Jared debacle. Oh my God! Like it's just watching the
Oh, no.
dumpster fire go down the river. It's fantastic.
Am I gonna have to like go Google somebody else now?
No, if you want after the show, I can summarize it really quick. I don't want
Seriously? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, he was soliciting to minors. That's the big issue that people are trying to talk about. But of course, like his wife is coming in and like he cheated on me. And I was like, that's really not the issue right now. You need to just go away.
Oh my gosh. What? Okay, wait a minute. Is this Florida guy or is this what state is this guy in?
I don't know, where is Jared? Yeah,
Oh.
no, 'cause, like he and his wife got in this open relationship, and then he was just sending pictures of himself to minors. But he said he kept making sure that they were like it was weird. It was very strange.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Sarah, you're gonna have to send me some links so I can find out what all is
Jared
going
is the name of a YouTuber who basically does game reviews, and he goes to conventions, and he frequently likes to dress up as Sailor Moon characters. Now, I don't know if that's what he wants to do, or if that's what his wife wants him to do, or ex-wife at this point, but yeah.
Probably California. Hey, not everyone in California is crazy. Just most of them. No.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Florida man got all kinds of craziness there.
Oh, that is insane. I know. I need to go look at this Florida man. I don't. You've mentioned him a couple of times, and I haven't.
Oh no! So like Florida man is just like the term that's referred to in the news. Like Florida man goes and like shoots a bar, or Florida man goes and does this. That's why like Mesa and Arizona man are starting to catch up because it's like almost.
Okay. All right. I get it. I get it.
Instead of saying a name, they just go, Florida man was caught doing this in public.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, Washington. Great.
Ow. Oh, this Jared guy's in Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Man.
Oh, hi, Heather.
I know. Hi.
Talking about YouTube drama.
Well, she's got her hands full. She's juggling sick kids, writing, and she's getting ready for a group tonight. So, oh man, good luck, Heather. Drink lots of fluids. Well, you're gonna need them. Yeah. Texas is normal for once. Have you been to Texas, Wendy? No.
I'm gonna get me some water. Be right back.
Shira, you're a turkey.
I hate to cut and run, but I just got an email that I need to take care of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna have do wrap ups because I gotta go run some errands.
Okay, yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, if you want to do yours real quick, and then you can get on out of here.
Yes, thank you. Okay. I am Amy Nobody, SEO consultant certified. I am working on my second rough draft of my first fiction book. So thank you for having me for these write-ins, because apparently I do need the shame of peer pressure to keep me accountable to my writing goals. So thank you for having me, Dana.
Oh yeah, anytime. I'm glad that you're here. Because
I don't have a website or social media or anything like that, so there's no point in having links. I do make Carol cry though.
That's right.
But I do want to go ahead and get off because I need to take care of this.
Awesome. Well, good luck with what it is, and we will see you next time.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So we'll go ahead and we will wrap it up because I got some errands I need to run.
Oh, so wrong. Okay.
Yeah, Derek's got to juggle his kids, and
my wife's home now, so it's okay.
All right. Well, he's good to go. He is good to go.
But we're still going to end, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because I gotta go. I gotta go pick some stuff up.
I have to watch this Tati video. It's driving me nuts. I'm like, oh.
I know. All right. I have some errands I need to run, but we all gotta go find out what Tati has to say. So, all right, Caro, it's your turn. Take it away.
All right, my name is Kara Brown. I'm an urban fantasy author and a writer for Other World Inc. My channel on here usually is kind of like little how-to tutorial videos along with the video I'm going to do later today, which is covering like news relevant to writers. So I'm going to work on that after I watch the Tati video. If you are curious about to see if my writing style is something that's up your alley, I have a newsletter. If you sign up for it, you can get access to a short story I wrote and see if you like my writing style. I also have it available on Kindle Unlimited. You just have to Google my name and then it will come up. But that's pretty much all I have to do. I got distracted on my name. But yeah, something in a nutshell.
I think everybody's leaving us to go watch the Tati video. All right, Derek, it's your turn.
Child number 2 or 3.
Oh,
Technically,
hello. Is that your only boy?
Yes, my only boy. My youngest.
Hi.
DL Steer. I got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, the website. Everything's dlsteerauthor.com or DL Steer Author. My debut novel is out. The ebook is up on Amazon. It's also up on paperback and stuff like on Barnes & Noble, IndieBound, all that stuff. You can sign up to my newsletter by going to my website. You can get the first 2 chapters of my book for free if you sign up to my newsletter.
And I believe that all your links for your book are in the description.
Okay.
Because I just
I'll
copied
take all the links on my website. You can just click there and it's got like a buy link and it'll pull up all the links on it.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I know, you got like a bunch of little ones.
I got 3 kids and 3 cats.
Ah, perfect. 1 kid for each litter box.
Yep.
Right on. All right, and I am Dana Gollin. You can find all of my good stuff at danagollinwrites.com. I am getting ready to send out my June newsletter that is going to basically be a catch-up of the last like 3 months, which is going to be quite long. So if you go over there now and sign up for it, you can also get a free copy of The Awakening from Smashwords. So yeah, until next time, I will see you guys later. We will probably chat about the Tati video. Make sure you go see it, Derek. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.